I'm about to hook it up. That's where you plug it in, that's the power, and that's where the harness goes screwed into. This is my harness coming out. I went ahead and removed everything. And you can't go wrong plugging it in. There's those slots right there. Okay, and I'm about to power it on for the first time. There we go. It is 12:47 a.m. and I will check on it in the morning. And I can feel the fan from the hybrid battery is on. I can feel all the air down here. So it is working. I almost forgot. I will be disconnecting the ground because when I close this, I'm not going to be able to close it all the way. So it is 48 degrees outside right now, Fahrenheit. Okay, it's 3:02 a.m. and $238 volts. Can't see it. Okay, so it's 7:35 a.m. and it's fluctuating back and forth between 238 and 239. So it's 9:54 a.m. and it's at 241 volts. I'm filming from outside. So it's at 242 and it is 11:23.
My baby's trying my mama.
241, 242, 241, 242. So right now it is 1:58 p.m. Okay, it is now 2:45 and it appears that it's stabilized at 241 volts. So there we go. I got about six more hours. It is 3:23 and it's looking stable. It's stabilized at 241. So I'm about to turn it on for the first time. Wow, this is loud. Okay, so system idle. I'm assuming I push this button. And there it is. It is 9:15 p.m. I had the charger on for a little over 20 hours and we'll see how this goes. So I have a 235 volts and it's discharging at almost 1.6 amps, 1.57, 1.54. Yeah. Okay, it's now 9:21, and it's gone down by 6 volts. I don't know if that's too quick or if that's normal. It is 11:26 p.m. and this machine is definitely a lot louder than the charger. Loud. It is discharging. Down to 134 volts. It's been a little over 2 hours. So it is 3:50 a.m. and it's at 158 volts. I don't know how long it's been, but it rebounded. But since it finished, I'm gonna let it finish. I want to connect the charger again. So it is 8:04 a.m. and it took a little under 11 hours. Just plugged it back in. And let's see. Yeah. 159 volts. By the way, it is 8:08 a.m. So this is day 2, and it is 1:08 p.m. Okay, it is 2:51 p.m. and the battery is at 227 volts with 3.360 amps. Right now it was going back and forth between 226 and 227, and I guess it just stabilized at 227 right now. Give it a few more seconds, see if it changes. Nope, guess not. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's 4:52 p.m. and according to the last charge, which went up to 241, I got 9 more volts to go. It is 9:52 p.m. It's 11:08 p.m. So it is 1:07 a.m. It's gone up to 239 volts. So I'm wondering, would I consider this full? So it is 1:35 a.m. and I've decided to disconnect this and put on the discharger. So it is now 1:36. Took like 30 seconds to plug it in. And it's showing 235 volts. So I don't know what the difference is between this 4 volt loss between the charger and the discharger, but all right. Guess I'll get back to it in the morning. Let me see here. I'm on my second. So there you go. So after looking at this battery charge voltage table, I decided to connect the discharger. So I have a 2014 Prius with 168 cells, and the normal operating filling phase, the range. It's 202 volts to 235. By 9:53, I was already past the filling phase and in the balancing phase, which is between 235 and 240. So at 9:53 p.m. I was at 238. So from 9:53 until 1:30, that's a little over 3.5 hours. So that's why I decided to start charging it again. It is now 8:04 a.m. This is the second discharge. Okay, so it is now 11:25 a.m. and we are on the second discharge. We've got 24 more volts to go. It is 1:23 p.m. and this concludes the second discharge phase. I'm about to reconnect the charger for the third time. It is 1:27 p.m. and I'm about to turn it on for the third time. And right here we have 141 volts. So again, I'm dealing with the Prius, the 2014 with 168 cells. I just completed the second discharge, which brought it down to 101 volts. So right here, note, battery voltage will rebound or rise after the discharge process is complete. This is normal and should be expected. So there's the chart. So it's 5:48 p.m. and we're at 222 volts. So once again, this is the third charge and it is, check the time, 10:40. We are at 232 volts and I'll be back in a while. Okay, so we're finally at the end of the third charging and I'm about to connect the discharger, set it to 84 volts. So this will be the third discharge. After the third discharge, we're going to do the fourth and final charge. Okay, it is 12:45 a.m. and I'm going to turn this on for the last time. Set it to all right, so it's 9:02 a.m. and final discharge, or the third discharge, is done, and now it's time to charge it for the fourth and last time. So it is 9:04 a.m. and I'm about to turn it on for the fourth and final time. Okay, it is 12:32 p.m. and we are at 221 volts. It is 3:34 p.m. This is the fourth and final charge, and at this point the charger has been running for 6 hours. All right, so we're on our fourth cycle, fourth and final. It is 7:51 p.m. and it is now 10:49 p.m. and we are above 235 volts at the balancing stage. Done. It is 9 o'clock a.m. All right, we're finally done. This concludes the fourth and last charging cycle, and we ended at 240 volts. So this is the battery charger user guide right here on page 2. Feel free to pause and read if you want. We recommend waiting 30 minutes after disconnecting the charger before driving the vehicle. However, this is page 3 of the battery reconditioning overview. And right here, it says on step 6, is disconnect the charger and allow the battery to rest for at least 30 minutes. However, 1 hour is recommended before attempting to start the vehicle. So I'm gonna wait an hour. So I'm taking apart this battery after reconditioning so I could check the voltage of every cell. But in the meantime, thought I'd point this out. The positive on the far left driver's side, it is that orange cable, this orange cable, and it's this cable. It's running underneath, plugged in here, and what we're looking for is it's hard to see it. There it is. Positive. And this is going backwards. This is the one that goes to the positive. And this negative is the one on top. Where is that? Oh, there it is. And there's the negative symbol right there. Okay, so the battery's taken apart. I have my Klein meter. My battery's been numbered. I don't have a way of holding this phone and checking the voltages at the same time, so I'll be back with the numbers. Okay, so these are the final numbers. The ones in black were taken about 45 minutes after I disconnected the battery charger. So the ones in the red is interesting to me because about 15 minutes after I checked the original, the ones in black. So about 15 minutes after I checked the first time, I came back a second time and noticed that all the voltages had dropped. So that's that. So I know this is the discharge guide. However, one thing that I think applies to whether you're charging or discharging is the rebound effect. You can go ahead and read that right there. So, this is normal and should be expected.